Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's Diego with my beautiful wife, Karina from beautiful Venezuela. And we're back for the live stream so you can get all your free information on how to process a green card, a K1 visa, a spousal visa, tourist visa. You get all this information right here on your channel. This is your YouTube channel for free. Okay, so you don't have to pay an immigration attorney millions and millions and millions of pesos. Okay, you're going to get all your information right here for free. Now, I'm not an immigration attorney. I don't work for the USCIS or the government, US government. I don't give you any legal advice. Zero, nada. But I got 9 years experience processing K1 visas and green cards. I can fill out a green card application in my sleep and wake up and it'll be perfect. That's how good I am. Okay. And then I give all this information to you for free. So you don't have to spend the money. You can use the money that you would pay an immigration attorney, use it on your honeymoon, use it on your wedding, etc., etc., etc. Now, Bud Garcia is in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, Diego and Karina from Washington State. Now, Bud Garcia is a Marine, former Marine, and his beautiful bride-to-be is in Thailand, in beautiful Thailand, where my dad lives. My dad, when my mom died, my dad married a lady from Thailand, and he didn't come back. He stayed there. He couldn't stand this immigration process any more than you can. So he just stayed in Thailand. I don't blame him. Immigration's a nightmare. Tina, hello, Diego and Karina. Good evening. Buenas noches, Tina. How are you? How's your family? How's Bud's family? How's your family doing? Now, Bud, your bride-to-be's in Thailand. Is it hot there? I bet it's hot, right? It's 74 degrees here in Florida, in the Panhandle, and it's April 24th, 2024. Just in case you didn't know what the day was. Devil Dog Z, when should my fiance go get her vaccinations? When should she? Well, she needs them before her green card application. You got to have all your vaccinations before you apply for the green card. So anywhere between today and when you apply for the green card is a good time to get the vaccinations. That's when you get the vaccinations. When Karina was in Colombia, I was here in the United States. I called Karina. I said, hey, I need your vaccination documents. And she said, I'll call my mom in Venezuela. She called mom in Venezuela. Mom couldn't find them. So I said, okay, we're going to have to repeat the vaccinations. So starting in July of 2023, all the way through November 2023, Karina got her vaccinations. I know they hurt because I was with her in October when she was getting the last of her shots. And her arm was sore for like 2 or 3 days. Abrazos de dolor, ¿cuánto tiempo? 3 días? About 3 days she was hurting. Get the shots now. Start today because you got to have them before the green card application. No vaccinations, no green card. So don't bring your beneficiary all the way across the pond to America from wherever she is or him, only to get your green card denied because you don't have the vaccinations. You got to have them. So start getting them today or tomorrow. Bud Garcia, yes, it's hot there. It's hot in Thailand. That's how my dad likes it. My dad doesn't like cold weather. Jay Baxter, good morning to the Ross family. Jay Baxter, what's going on? How is your family doing? Miguel, Diego, how much will getting a new medical exam in the United States cost? Depends where you live. If you live in northern Alabama, it's like $600. If you live in Utah, it's like $500 or plus. If you live here in the Panhandle of Florida, it's $175. It depends where you live. If you live in California, you probably have to sell your car and your RV just to pay for the vaccinations or pay for the medical exam. Just kidding. Let me see here. Miguel, it depends where you live. It depends on the doctor. What does he want to charge? Or her? Bud Garcia, I have a question on the I-134 declaration of support. Do I have to put assets down on the form? No, you don't have to. You only want to put assets down if you're right close to the borderline. Okay, you're on the borderline of income, and you want to back up your income with assets. You can do it. If you can use your car so long as you have 2 cars. If you have 2 cars in the family, you can use one of the cars. If you have 1 car in your family, you cannot use the car as assets. You can only use an asset of a car if you have 2 cars or more. You can use your house. You can use all your furniture, your bank account. Now, they prefer to see cash. Okay? That's what they want to see. Immigration want to see a big bank account full of cash. That's what they prefer. Okay? But you don't have to put assets on the I-134 if you don't want to, if your income's way sufficient. Devil Dog Z, yes, sir, thank you. We will start today. That's a good idea. Get them done. Karina started her vaccinations in July of 2023 in Bogota, Colombia. I said, how much is it? She said she went to the doctor that does the vaccinations, and he said it'll be about $400 and we'll get everything done. So I sent her $400. Okay, and then she started, and she took that money and set it aside, and then from the rent money and all that other, and the food money, and she went once a week and was getting her vaccinations. And it sucked because she already had them done in Venezuela when she was a kid, but we couldn't find the paperwork. So you got to prove it, because immigration don't go by what you say; they go by what they read in evidence. What can you prove? Tina, my husband had to have the MMR vaccine here in the USA. Yeah, MMR, yeah, the mumps, right? Isn't that for mumps? Where you go like a giant hamster? Yeah. If you don't have the MMR, you got to have it. Karina had her MMR in Bogota, Colombia, because they didn't give it to him in the Philippines. They may not have had it available. It may not have been available. Sometimes that happens, okay? But you got to have it for the green card. So if you do as I say, if you go to a civil surgeon authorized by the State Department in your city where you live in America, wherever it is, Google, let's suppose you live in Atlanta, Georgia. Google civil surgeon, Atlanta, Georgia, green card. And there'll be a list of civil surgeons that the U.S. government approves to give medical exams. If you live in Atlanta or in Georgia, go to that doctor, repeat the medical exam, make sure you got all your vaccinations up to date so you don't get an RFE from immigration when you apply for the green card. Immigration want to see a medical exam on a 693. They want to see your vaccinations. They want to see Form 485, and they want to see Form 864, and they want to see your I-94, and they want to see your K-1 visa. They want to see your parole stamp in your passport. They want to see your biographic page of your sponsor and your beneficiary. And that's just the beginning for the green card application. That's the basics. Then you got to show all the evidence that you live together. Let me see. Devil Dog Z, when do you think it would be a good time to start the DS-160? If you got ready status, if the embassy sent you a packet 3, packet 4 email, and they said, we've got your K-1 visa package here at the embassy, then go ahead and start. Jay Baxter, my family, because it's good for a year. The DS-160, when you submit it to the embassy, it's good for 1 year, okay? And then that will automatically also extend your NOA-2 letter. Jay Baxter, my family is doing good. Well, we're glad to hear. Thank you. She is just waking up right now since it is 6 o'clock in the morning over in Thailand. Yeah. So if it's 6 o'clock in the morning in Thailand, then my dad's probably just waking up too. He's 84 years old, but he's an early riser. So he's getting up at the same time. Let me see here. He lives in Chiang Mai, by the way, for if you were interested in that. Let's not miss anybody's questions because I don't want to. Now, Karina keeps me in check. Serena KJ, how to add a sponsor? Well, are you looking for a joint sponsor for the K-1 visa application at the embassy? Are you looking for a joint sponsor for the green card application? If you're looking for a joint sponsor for both, the joint sponsor has to fill out an I-134 Declaration of Financial Support and provide all of the financial evidence that that person can support his or her family, plus the family he's going to sponsor. And then when you go to the green card level, the joint sponsor has to fill out I-864, sign it and date it, plus provide tax transcripts, tax returns, pay stubs, bank statements, letter from the boss, etc., saying this is where he or she works. Adding a joint sponsor is easy. It's an easy thing. It's not much paperwork. It's enough, but it's not much. The joint sponsor does not have to accompany the beneficiary to the visa interview. So if you have a joint sponsor for, let's say, Bogota, Colombia, the joint sponsor doesn't have to get on a plane and fly to Colombia. Okay? Miguel, can I just use my wife's medical exam she got before coming to the US to get her vaccination here? Is it in a sealed envelope on a Form 693 with vaccination certificate? Miguel, is your wife's medical exam on a 693 in a sealed envelope signed by a doctor, a civil surgeon, and the vaccination paperwork? Answer that. Francois, good evening, Diego and Karina. Francois Livingston from upstate New York. What's going on, Francois? You're getting there. You're on the wait now. You're back in the queue. You're back in play with this K1 visa. Not much longer. Tom Shu, hello Diego and Karina. What's going on, Tom? How is your family? How's everybody? 211 Scooter. I like that name. 211 Scooter. It's like Pananetta. A 211 Pananetta or scooter, like on a motorcycle. Hello, I did my I-130 online. Okay. The update went down from 4 months processing to 2 weeks, and it went back to 4 months, and now 5 months back to 3 weeks. Is it normal? Thanks in advance. Disregard whatever immigration says. Okay. When I was checking status, when I first looked up Karina's K1 visa processing time back 2 years ago, it was going to be 19 months from NOA 1 to NOA 2. And it only took 13 and a half months. So disregard it. Don't panic, okay? It's not accurate. Francois, I'm here to listen. Knowledge is power. That's correct. The more you learn about this K1 visa process, the more you learn about the green card process, the more you get educated on it, okay? Your approval percentage goes up like exponentially without having to pay an immigration attorney billions of pesos to do it for you, because you don't need an immigration attorney. The only time you need an immigration attorney, in my opinion, now I'm not bashing immigration attorneys, they do a good job for the most part. But if you have a criminal record, Mr. Sponsor, Miss Sponsor, you got a criminal record, a felony, and you're not sure if you qualify for the K1 visa, go to an immigration attorney, pay a consultation fee of whatever they charge, and see if you qualify for the K1. Bring your court records to the immigration attorney. Hey, Mr. Immigration Attorney, here's all my court records. Do I qualify for this benefit? And he will say, or she will tell you yes or no. If you qualify, go home and process your K1 visa by yourself. Don't pay a company to do it. Don't pay an immigration attorney to do it. You do it. It's not hard. Okay? That's when you need an immigration attorney. Or if you have like a denial at the embassy and you just don't feel comfortable trying to solve the problem yourself, then that will be another time. But basically, if you get a denial at the embassy, you can reopen the case at USCIS, possibly. Depends on why you got denied. And Francois is here to listen. Tom Shu, I'm the K1 beneficiary living in New Zealand. Man, you're in New Zealand. That's where all the sheep are, right? You got like millions and millions of sheep. And isn't it 2 islands or something like that in New Zealand? Beautiful country. And I just sent out my packet to the U.S. consulate, which will arrive this Friday. So you are the beneficiary K1 living in New Zealand, and you just sent out the packet to the U.S. consulate, which will arrive this Friday. Well, U.S. citizens are the only people that can apply for K1 visas. Only a U.S. citizen living in the United States, unless they're military, overseas deployed, can apply for a K1 visa. Beneficiaries do not apply for K1 visas. They don't do it. They don't have the authority. To qualify for a K1 visa, your sponsor in America has to file the K1 visa on your behalf, even if you're living in beautiful New Zealand. And you got the advantage because you speak English already. So you don't have to try to learn a new language when you get to America. But if you're the beneficiary and you send out your packet to the U.S. consulate, they're going to send it back to you, because only U.S. citizens can apply for K1 visas, not beneficiaries. And it doesn't go to the consulate. Okay? When you apply for a K1 visa, it goes to Louisville, Texas. So your sponsor lives in wherever in America. I don't know where that person lives. I don't know. But that person will submit your K1 visa package to the doc box in Louisville, Texas. Louisville, Texas will check it to make sure there's no mistakes. They send it to the service center in California, Nebraska, Texas, wherever. Then from California, Texas, or wherever it goes to the National Visa Center, the National Visa Center then assigns a case number and sends it to the U.S. Embassy in New Zealand. Beneficiaries don't apply for K1 visas. Sponsors do. Tom Shoe, I hope that helps. I wonder how long it will take the consulate to sort out the documents and tell me the details of the interview appointment. Well, you can't, as beneficiaries, cannot apply for K1 visas from foreign countries. They can't do it. Only American citizens can. So you may want to clue me in. Maybe your sponsor applied for your K1 visa, okay, and in the past, and now you're working off of the approval from the NOA2, and you're getting your documents together. I don't know. Aquarius, hey Diego and Karina, can you please give me an example of what to put in the email for a wedding at the courthouse? I want to get that proof ready. Okay, so you're looking for proof of wedding plans. Very good, Aquarius. So you're going to put in the email, you're going to say, dear wedding officiants, U.S. courthouse in whatever city, my name is, I am a U.S. citizen, and I have applied for a K1 visa for my foreign beneficiary who lives in this country. We are making wedding plans, and we would like to get married at the courthouse, but we're not quite sure of the procedure. Can you please tell us the procedure? In the email, you must state that you are a U.S. citizen, you live where you live, that your beneficiary is a foreign national and the country where that person lives, and state that you are making wedding plans and you would like information on the process. Put all that in the body of the email and then print it. Even if they don't reply to you, print the email. Those are wedding plans, okay? You got it? Jay Baxter, she lives near Chiang Mai over in the Hang Dong district. If you don't mind me asking, what's his restaurant called located? Where is it located? When I go visit in December, I can go try his food. Well, it's his wife's food, and I couldn't tell you the name of the restaurant, okay? Because all he told me was he owns a restaurant in Chiang Mai with his wife. I don't know what the name is. I don't know. If I knew, I would tell you. I said, okay, Dad, that's great. Have fun, you know? When I'm 84 years old, I'm going to be hanging out with Karina, exploring national parks, not cooking Thai food. I don't know. I mean, I guess I could ask him, but I mean, it's never crossed my mind because I don't plan on going to Thailand. It's such a long way away. For me, it's like 24 hours on an airplane. Aquarius, thank you for that super. That's a super chat or super sticker? Super chat. Aquarius, thank you. Okay, Aquarius, you get the Mountain Dew salute. Now, this Mountain Dew is a little warm because it hasn't been in the fridge very long, but that's my fault. Okay, so a salute to Aquarius for that super chat. It's not too bad. Let's see. Jason Mabry, how long before our refused K1 packet will get back to USCIS, currently at the NVC? Takes about a month. Give them about a month, okay? But what I would be doing is I would be getting all that evidence together and get it ready to go to USCIS. So when you get notification from USCIS that they've received your K1 visa package back from the NVC, that day you send your evidence, your letter of explanation, and everything overnight, so they get it the next day. Okay, you don't want them to be giving them time to be closing out your account. They need to get that paperwork right away. Give them time. Remember, immigration doesn't work fast. Devil Dog Z, how many months in pay stubs? 6 months. How do you get tax transcripts? Do you also have to have many years of W-2s, 3 years of W-2s, 3 years of 1040s, and 3 years of tax transcripts. If you want to get tax transcripts, if you have a pen, I will give you the phone number to call. When you have a pen, Devil Dog Z, tell me you got a pen, a bolígrafo, okay? What is it? What's a pencil? Lapis? A bolígrafo. Get a pen, and I'll give you the phone number to call to the IRS, and you go and you press 1, press 2, press 3, and then you get the tax transcripts mailed to your house for free. You can get up to 3 years worth, 6 months worth of pay stubs, 12 months worth of bank statements, and a letter from your boss saying how, where you work, or unless you're retired. Francois Livingston, not much going on, Diego. Loosen lots of nails, waiting and waiting and waiting. You biting your nails, Francois? You got my new teeth? I got those in Bogota, Colombia. Okay. My dentist here said he wanted $6,300 to fix my front teeth. And I thought to myself, well, I guess I'm going to be putting a swimming pool in his back garden, or at least half of one, right? And then, I got an infection in my tooth, and I said, I don't have time to do the dentist right now because I'm flying to Colombia to be with beautiful Karina. And Karina looked at my gum. She goes, man, you got an infection. She says, we're going to see the dentist tomorrow. I was in Colombia 12 hours. I was already on the way to the dentist on the Transmilenio with Karina. So I went to the dentist, and he looked at my two front teeth. He said, they got to come out now. I said, serious? He goes, yeah, you got a bad infection. It could get into your brain and kill you. I said, oh, great. Okay. I'm fantastic. So the dentist, Dr. Norberto from Cuba, lived in Colombia. He got my two front teeth out. He cleaned out my infection. Took 30 days. He did a fantastic job. Cleaned out the infection. Saved my life, probably. And then I got my teeth replaced. 4 of them. They fixed 4, not 2. There was 4 problems. And right. And it was $1,200, not $6,400 or $6,200. It cost me $1,200. So I saved $5,000 just by going to Colombia and getting my teeth dental work done. And included in that $1,200, I got 4 fillings filled and my teeth cleaned, thrown in for free. But yeah, can't beat that. I mean, how much is a teeth cleaning in a dentist in America? What is it, $80? Francois, quit biting your nails. Sarith KJ, I'm still waiting for packet 3-4. Should I file DS-160 because the case show's ready? Are you in India? Which country? If you're in India, go ahead and submit it. Get it done. Francois, try $450 for just a consult. So it's $450 to talk to an immigration attorney just to check in. That's a lot of money. You can jump on this live stream and check in, and it's free. What's the best deal? I know the answers to the questions just as well as any immigration attorney. Now, I'm not an immigration attorney, but I know the answers to the questions. So it's $450 for a console. Then I found this channel, best discovery thing ever. Well, it's not the Discovery Channel. It's your K1 Visa channel. Khmer One. Hello, Diego and Karina from Boston. Now Khmer One, his wife is from Cambodia, right? Khmer One. Now, Cambodia is a very, very historic country. I want to go there one day. I want to go there. Tom Shu, hi Diego, my U.S. petitioner from PA has already filed the petition last year, and it was approved and sent to the consulate in Auckland. Now we're getting somewhere. The consulate sent us an email explaining what documents I, as the beneficiary, need to provide to schedule the interview. You need your birth certificate. You need your police certificate from New Zealand. If you've been to any other countries and lived there, worked there longer than 6 months, you need police certificates from there. Tom Shu, now I understand. I was like, well, okay. It's going to take maybe 6 to 8 weeks, and you're going to get it all wrapped up, and you'll be on a plane to the United States. Auckland, New Zealand's pretty quick. Let me see. Now I understand. I was like, man, wait a second. I mean, you can't apply for a K1 visa. Only the sponsor can. But I'm glad you kind of helped me overcome what you were telling me. Tom Shu, you're the You're going to be in Pennsylvania. You're going to move from New Zealand, where it's full of sheep, to Pennsylvania, where it's traffic jams. But it's a very historic place. Well, Pennsylvania is a big state. It's not all traffic jams. There's a lot of countryside. But the weather's cold in the wintertime. Let me see. Nicasieti. Hi, Diego. My wife just got her conditional permanent residency card. Whoa, that's going to be a Mountain Dew salute right there. It expires April of 2026. I hear that I have to apply to have the conditional removed 90 days before it expires. Is it true? It's true. Nicasieti. Here's what you're going to do. You're going to get a picture of, you're going to get her green card, and you're going to blow up a big copy of it, nice and big in color, front and back. And then you're going to get 2 copies. And then you're going to look on the expiration date, which is April of 2026. Whatever that expiration date is, the month, day, year, you minus 90 days. Okay? So 90 days minus from the expiration date is the day you have to lift the conditions off of the 2-year green card and get a 10-year green card. If you do not lift the conditions off the green card 3 months before it expires, or 2 months before it expires, but 3 months is the best. If you wait past the 3 months, your beneficiary will get deported. So you can understand it's very important that you lift the conditions off the green card 90 days before the expiration date. And if you go into the USCIS website, there is a calculator in there that you can use. You can go into Google USCIS 2-year green card calculator. Look for it that way. You punch in the date of your beneficiary's expiration date of her 2-year green card, correction, and then it will tell you when you're supposed to lift the conditions and file to lift the conditions off of the 2-year to a 10-year. So what you're going to have to do now is you're going to have to start putting together evidence for your 10-year green card. You got 21 months to do it. Keep the receipts from the bills that your wife is on. She's on the water bill, electric bill, gas bill, homeowners association, whatever it is. She's on the deed to your house or your lease to your apartment. You got to keep the rent receipts with her name on it, and you got to show 21 months worth of stuff. Okay, get her on your bank account. Make sure she's on your bank account. Starting this time right now instead of 2 months before you're supposed to submit the case. So get a file folder, put it in the drawer back there in your bedroom or somewhere, and put on the front of the file folder evidence for my 10-year green card, and start saving the evidence for the 10-year green card, because it's going to go by quick, and then you're going to say, man, I got to get all this evidence. What do you need to submit with the 10-year green card? Your marriage certificate, any divorce decrees, certified original copies, proof of living together, Sam's Club card, BJ's Club card, whatever it is you submitted for the green card application, you got to repeat all that again for the 10-year green card in 21 months. Got it? Tell me you understand that, Nicasiete. It's true. Aren't you glad you're on this channel? Man, I'm just saving everybody all kinds of headaches. Because if you don't lift the conditions off the 2-year green card, your beneficiary will get a notice to appear in front of an immigration judge for removal proceedings. You don't want that. You got to do it 3 months before it expires. 66. Hi, Diego. My visa has been approved today in Paris, France. Bonjour. 66. Congratulations. Now go eat some French. What do you eat? What kind of food do you have in France? You have what? Frog's legs, right? Snails. Don't you eat frog's legs and snails? Ooh. Go eat some frog's legs and snails. A salute to 66 for getting his K1 visa approved in beautiful Paris. Now, the lead singer of The Doors, the group, I don't know if you've heard of the group The Doors, but the lead singer, he's buried in Paris, France. He's buried right there in Paris. I went to his gravesite. Go do all the things that tourists do in Paris. 66. Go up the Eiffel Tower. Go get pictures with the Arc de Triomphe. Go to the Louvre. Go look at the Mona Lisa picture. Because you're not going to get this chance for a very long time. Once you leave France and get to America, you are here, my friend. And you need to stay here until at least you get your 10-year green card. Just my opinion. Congratulations. Let's see here. Tom Shu, the consulate, sent us an email. Let me see here. Explaining what documents you need as the beneficiary, right, to schedule the interview. You got to have your birth certificate, police certificates. Make sure you got your sponsor's financial documents. The I-134 is mandatory. You got to have the original I-134, not a copy, not a PDF, not a scan. Original signed I-134. His financial documents, tax returns, W-2s, tax transcripts, bank statements, pay stubs, 6 months. And this is Aquarius. Thank you for that super chat, Aquarius. 66. They didn't ask me for any evidence, and it was very fast. Well, your sponsor put together a fantastic green K1 visa package. It was strong. The stronger the evidence that you send to the lockbox in Louisville, Texas, the easier it is at the K1 visa interview at the embassy. Tom Shu, no, I'm just nervously waiting for the next step. No, don't be nervous. You're at the end zone. You're in the touchdowns. You're on the end zone. You're there. You're there. Okay. Go do your touristy thing in New Zealand. Go do all the things that you've never done in New Zealand that you said you were going to do and never did, because soon you're going to be leaving New Zealand and flying to the United States. And don't be nervous. Serenith KJ, can you please explain about the courtroom marriage? Please, I'm making wedding plans. You can get married in a courtroom. You know, you can get married by a wedding officiant who's authorized by the court, not so much the courtroom, but by the U.S. government in your city or the local and state government. Your local government, your county commissioners, and your clerk of the courts have approved people to be wedding officiants. If you're trying to make wedding plans, send an email to the courthouse where the wedding officiants work out of. You don't have to get married in the courthouse. You can have a government wedding officiant marry you outside the courthouse in the parking lot if you want. Okay, but just send an email to the courthouse and say, I'm just checking in. I'm asking about how to get married in a courthouse or wherever, and explain that you're a U.S. citizen. You got to say you're a U.S. citizen. Your beneficiary lives in whatever country. Say the country. They're coming over on a K1 visa, and you're making wedding plans, and you need information. Put all that information in the email. Those are wedding plans. Let's see. Jay Baxter. Yeah, it's a very long flight. I can't wait until she gets to America so I don't have to spend so much time in the air. It's a long flight. I can't fly to Thailand. I can't do it. 24 hours in an airplane, changing planes in South Korea or Singapore. I can't do it. I got sick and tired of immigration flying from the United States to Colombia. And then I landed in Miami. Then I've got 30 minutes to run from the domestic flight terminal to the international flight terminal to go to Bogota. And I'm carrying my carry-on stuff, and I'm running like I'm in Olympic Games. I can't stand flying, and I can't stand immigration at airports, because then you got to take your belt off, take your shoes off, redo all the process. It's horrible. So I won't fly unless it's close. Devil Dog Z, I got a pen. Okay, now, Devil Dog, I'm going to write the phone number down in the live stream so you can see the phone number. This is the number that you're going to call. It's the phone number to the IRS, okay, so you can get your tax transcripts. You call this number right there. I just put it in the live stream. Can you see it? Devil Dog Z, can you see the number? That's what you're going to call to get your tax transcripts. Get 3 years worth, your current and the last 2 years. They will be mailed to you within about 10 days from IRS, the Internal Revenue Service, the other government in the United States that likes to take your money and spend it on whatever stupid stuff, mostly. Let me see here. Jason Mabry, all documents are ready, and my lawyer has them, and I already gave USIS permission to work with my lawyer. I'm on it. Boom. Proactive, Jason. Proactive. 66, thank you, and Karina, for all the free advice. Well, that's why it's great to be in YouTube, right? Thanks to YouTube. We thank you, YouTube, for letting us do this. YouTube they're the folks, whoever the capitalist entrepreneur was that created YouTube, he gets a Mountain Dew salute, or she. Because in America, you can be living in the basement with your mom with no money in the bank, and then all of a sudden you're a multimillionaire. Just ask people like Jeff Bezos and even Zuckerberg, the Facebook socialist guy. I mean, in YouTube, whoever created YouTube, look at Elon Musk. Elon Musk, okay? He's got it. He was born in South Africa. He relocated to Canada, and then he moved to the United States. So he's got 3 passports. He's got South African, a Canadian, and a U.S. passport. He moved to America, and he started a little company in his little 1-bedroom apartment where he could hardly afford to pay the rent. He didn't have any money for the light bill or for the water bill. He was struggling. Elon Musk was struggling. He couldn't do anything. His girlfriend was like, man, you got to find a job. So he designed some software, okay, that was the forerunner to PayPal. He created the software. He wrote the program, created a business, which created PayPal, and then he sold his shares for billions and millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars. And he's still living in this little apartment, right, with his girlfriend. And you know what he did? He didn't move out of the apartment right away. He bought himself, I think it was a $250,000 sports car. That was his priority. He loves cars. And then he's got all this. So he sold this company. He's got millions of dollars in the bank. What does he do? He buys SpaceX. He bought a space company. He bought SpaceX. And then what does he do? He creates a company that bores holes under the ground. And then he bought Twitter. And then he bought Tesla. He's what? The richest man in the world. But you know what? He started out in an apartment with his girlfriend with nothing. If you work your butt off, if you come to America, you're beneficiaries. You're living in all these different countries around the world watching us. Come to America and don't be sitting around waiting for stuff to happen. Make it happen. Elon Musk was born in South Africa, relocated to Canada, and then got to the United States. And now he's the richest man in the world. He did it from this country. You can do it too. You just got to work and use some sweat. Okay, let me see. Let's get everybody going here. We got a super chat, guys. Look at that. What's that super chat? Screen Nath KJ. Look at that super chat. Thank you. You get a Mountain Dew salute. I can't pronounce your name. Srinath KJ. Thank you for that super chat. I just saw it. So you get the Mountain Dew salute from Diego. Let me see. Jay Baxter, I just had to fix my fiance's teeth. She slipped in the bathroom. What? And broke 2 teeth. You know, I had to buy her 2 crowns. It was a lot cheaper in Thailand than here in Oklahoma. It was around 13,000 baht in Thailand, 361 bucks. How much would it cost you in Oklahoma? 3 grand, 4,000, $5,000, probably, right? Maybe more. Francois Livingston, Diego, are couples allowed to change the original wedding ceremony location? Absolutely. I only ask because getting my questions answered from the wedding officiant is like pulling teeth. Here's what you do, Francois. If you're not getting any questions answered by the wedding officiant, you find a new wedding officiant who will answer your questions. I had the same thing. I was sending emails out and they weren't replying. They were giving me a hard time. So I found Captain Bill. Captain Bill maintained contact with me for 12 months. I had 12 months worth of emails from Captain Bill proving our wedding was, and he married us on the beach in Navarre, in Florida. Screenath KJ, I'm from India, beautiful India, but I live in the United Kingdom. Now I mailed the U.S. Embassy in London about the packet 34. Now, what you need to do, Srinath KJ, I hope I'm not mispronouncing your name. You must get police certificates from India and also from England because you live in England, okay? So you need police certificates from India and England and any other place you live or work greater than 6 months. Francois, you can change your wedding ceremony location. You can change your wedding officiant. If he's not giving you the answers you want, find somebody else and start creating new wedding plans with a new person. Immigration don't care who marries you, as long as you got plans and you get married. That's what they care about. I had the same thing. I had emails to the courthouse here, there, and everywhere, and I couldn't get any information. So I emailed Captain Bill, but I included everything in the embassy package for Karina. Rui Willis, hey guys, how long is the NVC taking to transit the case to the embassy these days? Which country? The NVC will ship a case to the embassy right away if the embassy's not busy. You know, like in New Zealand, the embassy's not busy. They're not really that busy in New Zealand. So the NVC will ship a case to New Zealand quicker than they will Ghana or to Colombia. So it depends on the embassy and how busy they are. The NVC are not the problem. The only thing the NVC does in New Hampshire is they assign case numbers and invoice numbers, and they ship the packages off to the embassy in whatever country. If the country's not ready for them, they won't send it. So the NVC's got a big shelf of all these K1 visa packages. They want to get them out of there. But it's up to the embassy. Tom Shu, hi Diego, thank you so much. If the interview date that the consulate schedules is not convenient for me, I'm taking my annual leave abroad in June. Would it be possible for us to reschedule it? Tom, whatever day you get your visa interview is the day you go. You don't try to reschedule it because you might not get a new appointment forever. Okay? Don't do that. When you get an interview date, that's the day you're going to go. The whole world is going to have to stop for you to go to that K1 visa interview. All right? If your boss doesn't like it, he's going to have to get over it. Okay? That's the day you're going to go. Okay? If you have to take family leave or whatever, you make sure your beneficiary is at that visa interview at that day, at that time. If you start canceling and changing interview dates, the embassy doesn't like that. They're busy people. They don't have time. They don't. It's like they don't like it. Don't do it. Just my opinion to save you a headache. Don't reschedule it. Whatever the day is, that's the day you're going to take. Josias Pazelli. Now, you're in Brazil, right? Hi, Diego. I got a lot of questions today. I will send them now. I hope you can answer them. Thank you so much, Diego. Oh, it's Josias. That's why we're here. This is the go-to place to get your answers to your questions so you don't have to pay anybody. Let me see. When I filed the DS-160, I said that I would stay at a certain address of home, but because my fiance moved to a department, that direction changed. What should I do in that case? So what you're telling me is you filled out the DS-160 with this address, and now you have moved to another address because your fiance moved, that direction changed. What should I do? Just when you get to the visa embassy, when you go to the visa interview, I think this is in Rio de Janeiro. It's Argentina, right? Argentina. When you go to the visa interview in which ciudad in Argentina? In Buenos Aires, that's when you tell them. But it's you're gonna update everything when you fill out the green card application. That's what you're gonna do. Now let's keep going. Josias has got more questions. Don't worry about it, Josias. if I have to put some extra vaccination, I'm going to Utah, so it probably could be expensive. Can I put those extra vaccinations in the health department and it wouldn't cost money? It depends on Utah. If the health department in Utah will give out free vaccinations to people, get them done in Utah for free. But you need to have your sponsor find out the price, or if it is free. I just got Karina's done in Bogota. I didn't even worry about it. I got them all done in Bogota. But I mean, you need to contact the health department in whatever city it is in Utah. Where you're in Salt Lake City, we're in Utah. Ask the government, call the health department and ask them, how much does it take to get the medical exam ready to put into the green card? How much time does the surgeon take to fill it out? 1 day. It took. Karina went in for her medical exam in Pensacola, Florida. We went in early, about 10 o'clock in the morning. Was it 10 a.m.? 9. It was 9 o'clock in the morning. We went in. The medical exam was what, an hour? 1 hour? Yeah. Then the doctor said, you're fine. Everything's good. He signed her 693. He checked her vaccination documents. He said, you're good. He signed off on her vaccination documents. And in an hour and a half, so by 10:30, 11 o'clock in the morning, we were done. And we were headed back home with a sealed envelope with her 693 in it and her vaccination certificate. Sealed up with tape with a message on it. Do not open. This is for USCIS only. That was easy. So how long does it take? And how much does it cost? I don't know. It depends on the doctor. You got to use a civil surgeon that's approved by the State Department. You can't just go to any old doctor. I had to find a doctor in this area that was approved by the State Department, and I found one. And he was the one that filled out the 693 and signed off on the vaccinations, put it in a sealed envelope, and lo and behold, we haven't got an RFE for a medical exam because we included a new one in her green card application. How much does it take to get the medical exam ready? 30 minutes. You just got to set an appointment with the doctor. You got to set an appointment. And it gets filled out completely by the civil surgeon. Yes. Devil Dog, you got the phone number. All right. Josias, okay. Who has to sign Form 765, work permit? Okay, here's the thing. You don't need a work permit unless you absolutely have to positively go to work when you get to the United States. Josias. It's $265 for the work permit, and then you got to pay for the green card. And then honestly, if you pay $265 to get a work permit, you'll get the work permit in 2 or 3 months, and then 4 to 5 months, you get your green card. So a month or so after you get your work permit, you'll get your green card. Do you really want to spend that money on a work permit? And who signs it? You do. You're the beneficiary. You're the one applying for the green card. You sign the 485. You sign the 765. Okay, for the work permit. You sign it, Osiris. But you don't need it. Just hang out and wait for your green card. Put that $265 back in your wallet and take your new wife out and husband as a family, go eat dinner somewhere, go eat some steaks, and thank me. Hey, Diego saved me $265. Don't waste your money. Just wait for the green card. Because the green card's going to arrive not much longer after you get your work permit. Who has to sign the G1145? Nobody signs the G1145. The G1145 is just the email address and the phone number of where you want to be notified that the green card package has been received, either in probably Phoenix, Arizona, if you live in, where are you going to be at? Where are you going to live? In Utah, right? So nobody signs the 1145. The G1145 is just information, email address, and a phone number. What email address do you want to get? How do you want to get notified that the immigration received your green card package and opened it up? How do you want to get notified? By email, right? Or a text in your phone. Nobody signs any form. G1145, there's no signature required. USCIS Form 765. You sign it as the beneficiary. Josias, where can I look for civil surgeons to know which civil surgeons do I have in my area? Just Google it. That's what I did. I went into Google and I Googled civil surgeon Pensacola. I was guessing because that's the biggest city near us. And then, lo and behold, there came up the doctor's name. And I went, oh, cool. So I called his secretary, and his administrative assistant said, yeah, we do green card medical exams here. I need to see Karina's vaccination documents. So I scanned the vaccination documents to the doctor's administrative assistant. She looked at them, replied back to me within 30 minutes and said, all of Karina's vaccinations are up to date for her green card. Your medical exam is scheduled for this day. I think it was January something. It was January at 9 o'clock in the morning. And we went over there. I paid $175 on my credit card. And Karina had a medical exam. It was done in an hour and a half. And we got her medical exam in a sealed envelope. The way I found it was by using Google. I Googled civil surgeon Pensacola. So wherever it is you're going to live, wherever it is you live in America, just Google civil surgeon, green card, and the name of the city. And then that way you can find the person, the doctor. The computer is pretty powerful, man. It's a pretty powerful tool. The internet is good and it's bad, right? Devil Dog Z, thank you. No problem. Screen at KJ, what documents are needed for financial support? Financial support you're going to need for the embassy interview, the I-134, 3 years worth of tax returns, 1040s, 3 years worth of W-2s, 3 years worth of tax transcripts, 12 months worth of bank statements, and a letter from the boss saying where your sponsor works and how much money he or she makes and the position in the company, and 6 months worth of pay stubs. Because then they can take the pay stubs and match it against the bank statements to see that the numbers match for the direct deposits. Those are the financial documents. It's very easy. Larry Percy is in the house. Larry Percy, upset, no appointment yet. Why? Because they're busy. They're busy, Larry. The embassy in Bangkok, Thailand is busy. You got to keep looking. Okay, this isn't like hurry up and wait Marine Corps. This is hurry up and wait immigration. You got to wait. You got to look. April Flower, hi Diego. Do we need to send any documents to the U.S. Embassy before the interview for K1? No, you don't. Or can my fiance just take the documents with them? April Flower, your beneficiary will hand carry all the documents to the embassy interview. Do not send any documents to the embassy. You hand carry them. Your beneficiary will hand carry them. Okay. Jay Baxter, almost $4,000, at least the location I priced. That's just to fix 2 teeth, right? $4,000. I got 4. I had to get 4 teeth fixed, plus 4 fillings, and a tooth cleaning. I got it done for $1,200 in Bogota. It would have cost me $6,200 here in Florida. So they keep texting me. My dentist keeps texting me, well, his administrative assistant. Hey, Diego, it's time for your teeth cleaning. You're 6 months overdue. And I'm like, yeah, and it's going to be another 6 months probably before you hear from me, if I even bother going back there. Larry Piercy, what is their habits? Whose habits? Appointments at beginning of month. NOA2 expires July 2nd. No, your NOA2 doesn't expire on July 2nd. You have a active K1 visa in process with the embassy in Bangkok, Thailand. So your NOA2 letter has already been automatically extended. So don't even worry about your NOA2 letter. You've already been extended because you are in actively processing an appointment. Chris and Emil, you guys hear the static on the microphone. It's probably because I'm yelling. Maybe I shouldn't yell. Maybe I should talk quietly. But I'm just a retired Navy guy. I'm used to yelling. Tom Shu, thank you so much for the advice. I will cancel my travel plan and make sure I'll be available for the interview whenever it's scheduled. That's good thinking right there. And that's good. That's the way you do it. Josias, I didn't tell them in the visa interview that I would change the address. Don't worry about it. I hope it's not a problem. It's not a problem. When I send in my green card application with the different address, when you apply for the green card, you update your address. Immigration, no, you move. Okay? I'm waiting for Karina's green card right now here in Florida. If I want to move to Texas, I could move. I could move to Texas, but I'm not going to do it because we're waiting on a green card to get here. We're not going to go anywhere until her green card's in her hand. But we could, and we would notify immigration through USCIS portals. But in your case, you can't do that. You don't have anywhere to do it. You got no place to notify immigration of the address change. But you can when you file for the green card, and you update it on the 864 and the 485. Relax, it's no big deal. Screen FKJ, what proof needed for wedding plans? Buy some wedding invitations, emails to restaurants making arrangements for a reception, emails back and forth to the pastor or to the preacher or to the imam or to the whoever it is. If you get married in a mosque or in a synagogue or in a government office or in a church, wherever you get married, have a proof of email communication between you and those people, okay? And print those emails. My wedding officiant was Captain Bill. I had 12 months worth of emails. I emailed him. I said, hey, Captain Bill, Karina's K1 visa just got approved. Great. He emailed me back. Great. Congratulations. Let me know when you want to get married. I printed the email. Okay. That was when I got the NOA2 letter, May 30th of 2023. From May 30th of 2023 until November of 2023, I emailed him like twice a week or twice a month, excuse me. Okay. Boom. And I printed the emails. When Karina's K1 visa got approved at the embassy in Bogota, I emailed Captain Bill from Colombia. Hey, Captain Bill, Karina's visa is going to be put in her passport very soon. We're going to be back in America soon. Great. Let me know when you want to get married. I printed the email. That's wedding plans. Get pictures looking at wedding dresses. Looking, not wearing. Okay? Looking. All that kind of stuff will help you with your wedding plans. April Flower, the U.S. Embassy in Abu Dhabi. You hand carry the documents to the U.S. Embassy in Abu Dhabi. Your beneficiary does. Don't send anything. Hand carry it. Rarely Vlog, married to a foreigner in the United States. Well, that's a long name right there. How did you get that? Hi, Diego and Karina. Happy to see your live stream again. I was busy before. That's why I didn't watch your previous stream. No, it's okay. You're good. Still waiting a letter from them, but until now we didn't receive it yet. Just hang in there. Hang in there. You'll get it. Be patient. The secret to this success is patience. Josias, do I need to translate my vaccination documents from Spanish to English to present to the civil surgeon in the United States? I would do that. I would do that. Karina didn't. Okay, but a vaccination is a vaccination, right? An MMR is an MMR. So there was only one vaccination that they couldn't quite translate, but she used her phone and translated it on her phone. But if you want to speed up the process, that would be a good idea. Rayleigh Vlog. Hi, Diego and Karina. I just want to ask how long it's taken to get a letter from USCIS to our adjustment of status. To get a letter okay. So you've applied for your green card. It should take probably a week to 10 days to get the G1145 message to you to say they received it, maybe 2 weeks, and then another 2 weeks after that. Give them about 4 weeks. They're real busy right now, especially in Arizona. Chicago, not so much, but in Arizona, they're real busy. If that's where your green card application went, to Phoenix. Josias, Diego, I have my vaccination ready, but I have a doubt because I just have 1 dose of varicella. Okay. What does the doctor say in Argentina, right? What did the civil surgeon say? Is that sufficient for your green card? Yes or no? Is it going to be a problem because in my country, you only get 1 dose? how it was that for Karina. ¿Cuánto para ti? She only got one? When she was a little girl, she got one, and when she was an adult, she got one. So she got two. One when she was a kid, one she was older. But it only showed one on the document because we couldn't find her paperwork for when she was a kid. So she only had one. That's why it's important that you have to redo the medical exam in the United States of America, because the civil surgeon will tell you what vaccinations you need, and then you can go down to CVS or wherever and get them done before you submit your green card application. Okay? Karina got all of her vaccinations done. The civil surgeon at the doctor's office in Bogota, Colombia, when she had her medical exam on November 8th of 2023, the doc said, you're missing one more. You need one more vaccination. You can do it here, or you can get it done in the United States. Well, it would have cost me $75 here, and it cost me $25 in Bogota. So I said, get it done. Here's my credit card. Go get it done. I say $50. So ask the civil surgeon. It's not going to be a problem. It's only a problem for the green card. Repeat the medical exam in America by a civil surgeon. Have the civil surgeon review your vaccination chart. If there's anything missing, he or she will tell you, okay? Then you go get them, boom, return, and the doctor signs off on your vaccination paperwork and gives you your $693. That's why it's important to redo your medical exam. It costs money, guys. It ain't easy. It's not cheap. Some places charge more money than other places, but it's an investment in your family. And when you get it done and your wife or husband has his or her green card in her hand, you can relax for 21 months. Then you start the process for the 10-year green card. Guys, thank you for the super chats. Okay, I'll be talking over an hour. We'll be back on, what's today, Wednesday? We'll be back on Saturday. Okay, wait a second. Well, we're not going to leave if we got people with questions. Ajeli. Good evening, Diego and Karina. I almost missed your live stream tonight, but question. In the instructions from the embassy, they told me to fill out the DS-160 and then wait for an approval. Okay. The DS-160, okay, is the application for the K-1 visa. You get the approval at the face-to-face visa interview, okay? So, no, you don't have to wait for an approval for the DS-160. You submit the DS-160, and there's no fee, it's no cost. Then you go to your face-to-face visa interview, and then you get told whether you got your visa approved or not. That's how it works. So it's almost right, but not 100%. You got it? Okay, guys, we'll see you guys on Saturday.